From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That moment, Wednesday, marked 60 years since that moment when President Kennedy was assassinated. The killing has fueled decades, though, of questions about whether Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone or whether there were other gunmen. In fact, there's even a Gallup poll on this, and it shows that 65% of Americans believe the assassination involved a conspiracy to kill the president. Our next guest has a new podcast delving into all of that, and it provides some new evidence that could potentially flip what we know about that infamous day in Dallas. With us now is actor, filmmaker, and political activist Rob Reiner. It's great to have you. Erica already started listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
It's doing really well. It's like very high up on Apple.
It's number 8, I think, now. And we've had 2 episodes.
Soon to be number 1 after this
interview. Of course,
segment.
after this, yeah. And the 3rd one drops on Wednesday, which is the anniversary of the assassination.
Why did you want to dig into this?
You know, I was 16 and when it happened, and anybody who was alive at the time will never, ever forget where they were when they heard. It was a national trauma, and we all experienced it collectively, the whole country. Teacher told us that something terrible has happened to the president, very bad news. They sent us all home from school, and we watched from that moment until the moment where this suspected assassin of Kennedy, Lee Harvey Oswald, was shot himself on live television. I saw that happen by Jack Ruby. And it just was bizarre. The whole thing was bizarre. And then the Warren Commission comes out a year later, and I didn't think very much about it because I was, 17, 18 years old. But then books started coming out, Rush to Judgment. I started listening to other people. I read everything I could. And over the 60 years, we have had revelations after revelation. But people don't really understand how it works in the aggregate. And so I decided, because I've been studying this for forever. I've been to Dealey Plaza many times. I've talked to everybody who was alive at the time. I've talked to forensic experts. I've talked to everybody. I decided to see if we could put together in a comprehensive, deep dive as to what actually happened that day with the best information that we have at this point and put it all together. And we do eventually tell you what we think happened. We name names of actual shooters, and we talk about the positions those shooters were in. And this is based on talking to hundreds of people and reading many, many books and looking at all. Recently, there was a documentary about the Parkland doctors. Every single one of them said all the shots on Kennedy were entrance wounds. Well, if that's the case, then the shots didn't come. There were shots from the 6th floor, but those shots are not the ones that killed Kennedy.
You were saying to Poppy and I in the break that this is really something that you, for 60 years, have thought about.
Yes.
And you have stayed on top of.
Yeah.
When you get to this point where you're putting it all together, culminating in this podcast, did anything change for you based on what you thought you knew up until that point and where you are now?
A couple of things did. One was that everybody talks about the grassy knoll. That's where yes, there was a shooter there, and that we believe the shot that went through his neck did come from there. But the kill shot, the terrible shot that I've been there many times. It's impossible. You cannot shoot from this angle, hit somebody in the head. It would come out there. It wouldn't come out back there. And so all the forensic experts I talked to said, it has to be a different angle. So we looked at, I talked to a man who was in Dealey Plaza. He was a CIA asset who flew Johnny Roselli, the mobster, to Dallas that day. Also E. Howard Hunt to Dallas that day. They were both there. He was on the South Knoll, and he said there was a shooter from that angle, not the South Knoll, but just under the overpass. And when I looked at that, I went, that's it. And then I read a book by Sherry Pfister, who was a great forensics analyst, and it corroborated that. So that was a big deal. And then the discovery of not only was the Warren Commission compromised, But the House Select Committee, many years later, over 10 years later, was also compromised. They came to a different conclusion. They said it was a conspiracy. Warren Commission said Oswald acted alone. You have two government official records saying the exact opposite. But they were both compromised because there were CIA agents in charge of the gatekeeper of information. Neither of them got any information of any connection between Oswald and the CIA. And knowing what we know, because, you know, there's been a lot of evidence that have drifted out over the years in documents that have been released. 4 years. They have a stack like this, a file on Oswald. The CIA does. None of that ever came out. Nobody understood the connection between Oswald and the CIA for years. For 4 years when he went to Russia. There's thousands of pages on him. So we know that they had a connection. We do know that.
Rob Reiner, clearly your passion on this shows.
I am.
We appreciate it very much. I can't wait to listen over the holidays. Thank you.
It'll be interesting. The third one is interesting because it's the forensics.
And that comes out Wednesday.
That's Wednesday, and it tells you all the forensics.
Thanks, Rob.
Appreciate it. See you. Thanks.